Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, are you ready to go right now? I don't mean are you wanting to go, I mean are you prepared to go right as of this moment? I'm sure that Alison is, because she's always prepared. But when we think about being prepared to go on our final journey, we often think about, have we made a will? So let me ask that question. Who amongst you has made a will? Put your hand up.
You were right, I am ready.
Who amongst you has not made a will? Excellent. I will see you after because I can help you with that.
Can you?
Yes. I'll be the beneficiary. No problem at all. Thank you very much. But getting ready to go is not just about making a will. There's much more than that. And what's more than that is about preparing for your funeral. Now, there are two reasons I believe that we should prepare for our own funerals. Reason number one is that at that time, it's highly likely that your loved ones will be feeling quite distraught, lots of grief going on, and so you're going to leave it entirely in their hands while they've got all these emotions going on to try to plan and execute that funeral. Shame on you. Be the one who organises. Reason number two, it's your funeral. You are the star of the show. Wouldn't you also like to be the executive producer? So what we're going to do this evening is I'm going to work through the planning of my own funeral. Hopefully that's not tempting fate. You may then get some ideas for your own preparations. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think about funerals is food. There are people that look in the New Zealand Herald and watch to see reception after a funeral, and they will go along for a good feed because you have a lot of people there. Who's to know who that person is? And for me, food is a really important part of the occasion. The best funeral that I ever went to had fantastic food. It was my aunt in Rangitia. Now, of course, there are sad things, but the food was fantastic. This is not my humorous speech, so please don't laugh. Dying is a really serious matter. What I really enjoyed about that funeral was the bacon and egg pies. So at my funeral, that's what I want. Bacon, egg, onion, peas and carrot. Fantastic. Not only that, I think there should be more. Indeed, I'm really convinced now that there should be a cake. I'm not talking about an iced cake. Happy funeral grant. Just doesn't, I think that's not the right thing to do. But a chocolate mousse cake would be nice. Some Nina's tarts on the side, chocolate eclairs. That's what I want for my funeral. Why am I telling you this? Because the thing that scares me the most about that occasion is not the actual dying. It's about if nobody turns up to my funeral. That would be so sad if there was only my wife and my children. And, we would advertise, obviously, in the paper, death notice, probably on Facebook as well, but I'm just concerned that there would be nobody else there. I have a plan to deal with that. That is, I'm going to send out invitations. in advance so that I can get some commitment. Who is going to say no to my face? How many of you are going to attend my funeral? Please, a show of hands.
It depends on the time of year, Greg.
All right, I've got some commitment. It's on camera now. Right. Now, another thing about funerals, we think about music. I want the mood to be right. Yes, I'd like some people to cry, so I'd probably have Eric Clapton's Tears in Heaven. But it would also be nice to have a little bit of an upbeat mood. I'm not talking about Bee Gees Staying Alive. That's probably the wrong concept. But what I would like is the chairman of the board, Frank, my way.
Yeah.
But there are more aspects of this funeral that I have in mind. Flowers. I don't want flowers, but I would like plants, shrubs, living trees, as a reminder to the guests there that life does go on. Which brings me to the venue. I've got the venue organised, not quite booked yet. It's King's Garden Barn in Takanini. It's a wonderful place. Those of you that haven't been there before, please go along. So you don't need to bring the flowers and the plants because they'll be there surrounding me. A couple more things. One is dress code. Now, at my funeral, there will not be one. I'm not going to be wearing much, so I'm not expecting great formality. I don't like all that getting dressed up in black and so on for funerals. Be happy. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are some of my ideas concerning funerals. There are many more. We can talk about them on another occasion, but I hope that has given you some ideas, some inspiration for when you plan your own funeral. Don't leave it to your grieving relatives to get it right. Be in charge of your own end.
I made this.